All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is. And y'all know who y'all looking at. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to another episode of Club Pizzle. Excuse me, of Club Pizzle. I'm, of course, your host, Pizzle, Don P, your neighborhood friendly pod guy, Uncle Pod, all them good things, man. I want to thank you guys for your continued support of this podcast. Thank y'all for your continued support of this platform. Thank y'all for your support of my other podcasts, my other things I'm going on this very channel, all of my YouTube people and all of the Spotify people out there. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. And also thank you guys for your phone calls and your texts and your DMs and your messages to me this week. As I mentioned yesterday, I had to go do the 40-year-old stuff. You know, I'm 42 years old. So, you know, when you're in your 40s, you have to go and take care of yourself and take care of things that men should do in their 40s. I encourage all my fellas out there, don't be afraid to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Get yourself checked out. Go get all of the tests because you never know. I'm fortunate that I'm good. So yeah, I'm good. Had to go and do the dreaded 40-year-old procedures on Monday, but I'm good. I'm fine. My test came back. Everything is normal. I'm nothing. I'm great. Although the surgery kind of kicked my butt, not the surgery, but the procedure kicked my butt, being under the anesthesia, all of that kind of stuff. You know, my body is finally getting back to where I wanted to be at. I'm a little more energetic and upbeat than I was yesterday while I was sitting here trying to record. I'm doing a whole lot better. I'm doing great. The burst of energy lasts a whole lot longer than previous. But I'm good. And again, thank you guys. I appreciate everybody who called me and sent me a message and sent me any words of encouragement. I am doing better and I am doing great. Now, moving on. Again, big congratulations to brand new Battleground Performance League champion, Princess Love. Gotta give her props. She came in at Battleground at Exotic Cuisine this past Saturday and did work. She put on a show. She did what she had to do in a hostile environment. Kind of caused it a little bit, but yeah, nonetheless, hostile environment, put on the show, put on a hell of a performance, put on a virtuoso performance, and came out on top. Salute to former two-time champion B Jax. Been around Battleground since day one, performed at the very first Battleground, and made his way and worked his way up to champion. That is a hell of a feat. Any artists out there, I'm just going to put this out here now. If y'all want to be a part of the Battleground Performance League, please feel free to contact Mr. Shredder. He's on Instagram at Mr. Shredder, Battleground Performance League, or let me know and I'll tap y'all in together. Other than that, man, Battleground was a hell of an event this past Saturday. Had a good time. Very competitive throughout the whole night. I was gonna do a full recap, but again, man, my body and just the way I was this week, I decided against it. Plus, it's enough of it out here already. Check out Mr. Shredder, his IG. We did a full recap this past Sunday. Check out my guys from the In the Post podcast. Tap in Tuesdays, which I had to pop up on. They spoke about it a little bit, or they spoke about it for 90 minutes, which I was there for about 30. And I had to step in. It's a lot out there. I'm honestly tired of talking about it. Just go and just watch all of the reactions and recaps. and hopefully we get some footage soon so it can be shown to the people, and then everybody can shut the hell up. Now let's get this thing going, man. Y'all know the motto here. We are here for a good time and not a long time. The Cleveland Browns. Oh, holy moly, gotta get it. The Cleveland Browns defeated the Green Bay Packers by a score of 13-10 this past Sunday in a knockdown, drag out, heavyweight fight, battle with the defenses. It was like offense optional. It was tough sledding for those all. Joe Flacco, 21-36, 142 yards in an interception. Let me talk about that. It was at the end of the half. It was like a fourth down. They didn't want to chance a long field goal. In case you miss, Jordan Love doesn't have to go but about 10 or 15 yards, and now the Packers are in field goal range. So I understand that. You throw it up and you throw it out there, you get an interception. It was almost like a punt. But it counts as an interception on Joe Flacco's stat line. So it is what it is. So people who didn't watch the game are going to look at that and say that. He was sacked twice, which I felt like it was more than twice. I don't know why it seems like he was sacked more than 2 times. Who is a sack? Quinshon Judkins, 18 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. He got better as the game wore on. When it got to the fourth quarter, that's when he established his dominance. That's when he imposed his will. And that's what the Cleveland Browns are going to have to do. They need to start faster. Or they need to start fast. They need to start fast, and they need to start faster. I mean, get a lead, build a lead, run the ball. Because the defense is good enough. David Njoku, 5 catches for 40 yards. Sid Tillman, 3 catches for 26 yards. Terrell Fannin Jr., 3 catches for 25 yards. The defense had 5 sacks and 1 interception. And the special teams blocked a kick, which turned out to be the deciding factor. They got the block. They recovered it, and they got down and to make that final play. I'm going to talk about that final play. But what I do want to say, and maybe I'm tripping or maybe I'm nitpicking, but I feel like Greg Newsome had an opportunity to return that ball. I think he took the wrong angle at the ball, but he was in a scoop and score position. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was because of the rain, and he may have slipped. I might be tripping. But that final play to get them in the field goal range was probably the best executed play that the Cleveland Browns have done all year. And I'm dead serious. Because 12 seconds, you get your yards, you get down, and you have to get up to the line. The new rules, or the rule states, the center can spot the ball. He can look down at the side judge. I believe it's a side judge. Get the spot there where he is. The umpire still has to spot the ball, which really all he has to do is touch the ball and get out of the way. And at first glance, as I'm at home watching this, at first glance, I didn't see the umpire. I didn't see the umpire until the replay. Until they showed the replay. And because I'm like, they're going to lose the game because the umpire didn't get a chance to spot the ball. I didn't see him get in there, touch it, and get out of there. He did it so quick. And salute to the referee for that. Because, listen, it was the best executed play that the Browns have done all season. I mean, they're not throwing long touchdowns. They're not doing none of that. Just because the offense is so anemic. The offense is so bad. I think it's kind of messing up my sound anyway. But a win is a win. They moved to 1-2, dropped the Packers to 2-1. As far as the team statistics go, the Packers won the time of possession battle, 34 minutes to 25 minutes for the Browns. The Packers 61 plays, 230 yards, 3.8 yards per play. The defense is killing it. On the Browns side, they have 57 plays for 221 yards, 3.9 per play. That Packers defense, again, adding Micah Parsons really shook it up, really shook that defense up and made that defense a whole lot better than what they already were. 149 total passing yards for the Packers, 81 rushing yards, which is the most through the first 3 weeks against this defense. They held the Bengals to less than that, and they held the Ravens to even less than they did with the Bengals. The Browns, 125 passing yards, got to be better, 96 rushing yards, and both teams each had a turnover. Like I said, the turnover was Now, this offense still looks vanilla. This damn sure doesn't look like Kevin Stefanski's offense from 2 years ago. This looks like year 1, week 3 of install. That's what the plays are so simple. These plays, and I get it. It's a lot of newer faces here. It's a lot of younger guys here. I mean, you got rookie running backs. You got a rookie tight end. You're working in a rookie receiver. You got receivers who weren't here the first time around when they were running Kevin Stefanski. And the offensive line is not the same. You got some pieces still. Joe Batonio is the constant in the middle there. For the most part, it's a brand new line. It sure doesn't. Joe Flacco is not the same guy that he was 2 years ago when he was on that incredible run, and why everybody was so upset that they didn't bring him back last year. He doesn't look like that guy. He is a statue. But that offensive line is horrible. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a damn who the quarterback is. It could be Joe Flacco. It could be Dylan Gabriel. It could be Shedeur Sanders. It can be Deshaun Watson on one leg. It could be Baker Mayfield. It could be P.J. Walker. It could be Cody Kessler. It could be Case Keenum. It could be Jeff Garcia, for crying out loud. I don't give a damn who the quarterback is. The offensive line can't protect them. So, again, and I'm going to keep saying this because this line is bad. I'm going to keep saying this. If I'm Kevin Stefanski, I'm not throwing my rookies in there behind that until y'all show me that y'all can block for the statue back there. It's going to continue to look like this if the line can't protect. If teams are going to continue to get home with 4 guys, the wide receivers, of course, they're not going to get open. Joe Flacco or whomever the quarterback is isn't going to push the ball down the field. How? Let's play the numbers. If they're sacking a quarterback with 4 and all teams got to do is rush 4, what y'all think the other 7 going to be? Drop it in cover. It's fix the offensive line, and a whole lot of things change. This defense is top tier. It's sad that this is a championship caliber defense with the junior varsity offense. It hurts my soul to say that, but that's what it is. And a quarterback change is not going to change that. Dylan Gabriel will not change that this year. Shedeur Sanders will not change that this year. Speaking of quarterbacks, wait, let me rewind. Nobody's better than Myles Garrett. Nobody's better than Myles Garrett. Y'all seen the picture. 3 dudes on the outside on him as he's trying to make us look wrong. He got 3 dudes on him. He got the guard, the tackle, and the tight end trying to block you and trying to keep you from getting to the quarterback. Those rookies up the middle on that defense, Mason Graham and Carson Schlesinger, I think the Cleveland Browns defense is going to be good for a long time. Hopefully the offense can at least contribute half. If the defense is going, it's two games this year. I mean, the 41 points against Baltimore, that's one. But they gave up 17 to Cincinnati. They gave up 10 to Green Bay. You score 20 points, you're 2-1. That's all the defense needs. 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That's what Ray Lewis said he told Trent Dilfer in the 2000 season, the Super Bowl season. 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, and we'll bring the rest home. Go look at the numbers. That team was like that. Quinshon Judkins, now he might be the guy. Quinshon Judkins is the guy. That is your guy. That is your running back of the future. That is the reason why they were willing to let Nick Chubb go to Houston. That is the reason why they drafted this kid in the 2nd round. He missed training camp. He's been with the team for 2 weeks. And he's rushed for 96 yards on 18 carries. He averaged 6 yards to carry against the Ravens. So, again, fine. I'm cool if he's going to put up these type of numbers. And he's due to bust one for 75 yards, to bust a game open, or to get a drive started in the first quarter. He's due to be a home run hitter, and I believe he will be. He's forever going to be compared to Nick Chubb. But remember, Browns fans didn't want Nick Chubb back. I'm not going to get back into the Carlos Hyde thing, but I'm just going to say they were upset that Carlos Hyde was traded for this dude named Nick Chubb, which was said by a lot of people. All right, now to the quarterback. Listen, I'm on sabbatical. I'm not a fan. However, I don't know how much more Joe Flacco I'm ready to deal with. I'm willing to deal with. It's hard to watch. Dink, dunk, dink, dunk. Even though that's my strategy on Madden and NCAA, it worked for me. Dink, dunk, first and goal, play action, run it in, yada, yada, yada. But at some point, you got to see one of these guys, Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, or both of them at some point. I get the beginning of this schedule was a bit of a gauntlet. I mean, the Bengals were slated to be a playoff team, a Super Bowl contender before Joe Burrow got hurt. The Baltimore Ravens are the defending division champions, another Super Bowl contender. Green Bay Packers, another Super Bowl contender. The Detroit Lions, another Super Bowl contender. Minnesota, another Super Bowl contender. Pittsburgh is always Pittsburgh. I get it. I understand it, but whatever. But I don't know how much more I'm going to be willing to stomach watching Joe Flacco before I'm watching Red Zone for the rest of the year. Andre Schmidt, Holy Schmidt, was people were ready to get rid of him, ready to cut him after one game, after his first game. I could tell a lot of people never, you know what, salute Andre Schmidt. He's been through a lot, lost his mom over the summer, came to camp, made the team. The smoked extra point, the smoked missed field goal, that was your point that I was speaking about. But he came and made all of his field goals last week against the Ravens, and he came in and he hit 2 and his extra point, and one of those 2 field goals was the game winner. This has been categorized in my brain. This is a character win. Big dub for this team. Going to 0-3. I mean, most of this fan base don't want Kevin Stefanski. Again, I'm out of this, so I'm only gonna give things from the perspective of somebody on the outside. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I hang out with these guys every day and they tell me that they don't like their coach, because that would be the furthest thing from the truth. It's a lie. It's all cap. All cap. It's just big cap. But character win, complimentary football offense did their job. At the end, they scored 13 points in the last 3 minutes and 42 seconds. The defense played all day long. And special teams with the block kick and the field goals. Corey Bojorquez punts only like he can punt. So salute to him and salute to the Cleveland Browns. The Detroit Lions are up next, and that's going to be a tough one. They found their offense is getting their butts kicked by the Packers in week 1. 50 burger and 38 over their last 2 games. So tough sledding in Detroit. Jared Goff is balling. You got Sonic and Knuckles, that running game. This defense is going to be tested because it's them skill guys over in Detroit. They got them all over the place. Amara St. Brown, James Williams. Like I said, Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield. They are going to have their hands full. And the defense ain't too shabby. But the Browns' offense isn't scary. And I can see, we'll see. Sunday, 1 p.m. in Detroit. I almost want to go to the game in Detroit. I will not go to the Browns game in Cleveland. I refuse. Like I said, I'm on sabbatical. I'll get back to it. I'll go to a road game, but I'm not going to Huntington, maybe. Moving on. The Cleveland Cavaliers start training camp on Tuesday. Cavs Media Day is Monday, and then they fly down to IMG in Florida for training camp on Tuesday. But Kobe Altman and head coach Kenny Atkinson had their media availability presser this past week. And just a few things they spoke about. They talked about the injuries. Darius Garland will be back sooner than I thought. They're saying he may miss 10 games at minimum because he's back on the court. He's just got to get his conditioning together. And once his conditioning together, like they're saying, maybe 10 games, maybe the first like month of the season, the first 2 weeks, however. But DG will be back. 10 to 15, 10 at the minimum, 15 at the max that he's gonna miss, and it may not be that much. Strus is out for 3 to 4 months after his foot surgery, which there are questions at who's gonna start at small forward. Something tells me that is going to be a job that DeAndre Hunter locks down in training camp. If not, Dean Wade can slide in there as your 3-and-D guy. 3-and-D guys. If not him, hell, Jalen Tyson is slated to see a lot of minutes. They were drooling over Jalen Tyson in that presser, like Kenny Atkinson. Like, it's the way Kenny Atkinson talked about Jalen Tyson, it was the way he talked about Evan Mobley when he first got the job. So that's telling, since Kenny is, they're all about development, and their whole thing was, we're not going to change what we do. We're just going to make adjustments. And they made the adjustments. They brought in Lonzo Ball. They brought in Larry Nance Jr. They just signed Thomas Bryant yesterday, 2 days ago, after their presser. So Kobe Altman has been working, also inviting Killian Hayes to training camp. I hope that dude makes the team. He's 24 years old. He's 6'5". He's a 3-and-D. He plays great defense. Can be a playmaker at 24 years old. You put him in this mix with 27, 28-year-old Jared Allen, 28-year-old Donovan Mitchell, 25-year-old Darius Garland, 24-year-old Evan Mobley. Come on now. Add that to this mix. DeAndre Hunter is 26, 27. Sam Merrill is still here. And let's not forget rookie Tyrese Proctor, who is, I'm looking forward to seeing him as well. Notice the pattern, and I'm not going to get to it now, but just look at the moves that the Cleveland Cavaliers made this offseason and see what they're, just let me know if y'all are aware of the difference in last year's team and this year's team. Just let me know, y'all see the difference. Again, they talked about Evan Mobley. Could this be the big leap year for him to emerge as a top 10, top 5 player? ESPN's top list came out. Evan Mobley was ranked a couple of spots ahead of Donovan Mitchell, which is interesting, and I guess they see what we all see. And this, again, it's still not the final form of Evan Mobley yet. It's not all the way unlocked. I'll get into more Evan Mobley talk next week, after media day, and get an opportunity to speak about that. Like I said, they added Thomas Bryant. I hope Killian Hayes does earn a spot in on this team, on the roster, honestly. I'm not even doing that. And the training camp roster, as far as I know, or the training camp invites, as far as I know, it's some hoopers down. Couple of things before I get out of here. Congratulations, Josh Cribbs and Eric Metcalf, two Cleveland Browns, two of my favorite Cleveland Browns. Eric Metcalf, as y'all know, is my favorite Cleveland Browns player of all time. Emulated him. I wanted to be him when I played football, when I was it, because all I saw was this dude was the smallest dude out there and the fastest dude out there, and just made everybody look silly. These two guys have made the finalist list, the nominations list for the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame. That is so dope. I mean, as y'all know, like Cribbs, congratulations to him as well. Joshua Cribbs, one of the best return men of all time. I got him up there. Devin Hester, to me, is the best, bar none. And then I have Brian Mitchell, Mel Gray, Dante Hall, and Cribbs is right up in there with them. So congratulations to those two gentlemen. Hopefully they make the finalists, and hopefully they can be enshrined in Canton next year, because if that's the case, I am going to be in Canton next year. If Metcalf, whenever Metcalf go in, I'm going. If Cribbs gets there, I'm definitely gonna go. But if Metcalf goes in next year, I'm gonna be down there and I'm gonna be partying with my guys. And finally, in closing, I never thought I'd be doing this on Club Pizzle, because I stopped watching baseball. I don't really care a lot about baseball. I do make myself aware of what goes on or what's going on. But the Cleveland Guardians, woo, Cleveland Guardians are on the verge of making the playoffs after being 15 and a half games out of first place in July, behind the Detroit Tigers, who, by the way, they caught, and not only caught, but they passed them, and they are up a game on them with a chance to go up 2 games. That game is currently being played as we speak. I am watching the game. I'm saying going to because I'm pre-recording. I'll let y'all. But I am watching the game. And if they lose, it's my fault, because I haven't watched Guardians game all season. But I get updates on my phone. Every game I get the updates. And after a while, I stopped paying attention. I had no idea they were on a 10-game winning streak. I had no idea that they had won 17 of their last 19 games, including sweeping and beating up on the division: Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit, Kansas City. I had no idea all of that stuff was going on. I just see the scores and whatever comes across my timeline on Instagram. That's all I see from the Guardians. I haven't watched, but I am going to be sitting comfortably and watching this game against the Detroit Tigers. I believe they can clinch tonight, and they can clinch tonight with a win, and a couple of other teams have to lose, and they can clinch a playoff berth. Their magic number is 2, and their magic number to win the division is 3. If they win tonight, that goes down to 1. So good luck to the Cleveland Guardians. And with that being said, we are going to get out of here. Thank you guys again, man, for y'all calls and texts and everything this week. I greatly appreciate it. That will not be forgotten. And again, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in. We are going to be back with Happy Hour Tuesday, Pizzle's Picks Wednesday, Club Pizzle Thursday. Y'all know how we going to do this thing, and y'all know how we do this. I also got a couple of interviews coming up Saturday on In the Post. Shout out to my guys and my gal over at In the Post. And I'm also going to be on In the Lab with Artinka Sierra and Miss Juicy next Wednesday, which it'll be on simultaneously with Pizzle's Picks, since I pre-record. So just be on the lookout, man. I'm a busy man. Thank God I ain't sick. I would have had to cancel all of this stuff. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive, because negative energy is trash. Until next week, y'all. Peace out.